No way would they let you get this close to a helicopter, military helicopter wreck. Is what I was thinking, but there it is. Howardian Motovlog has an interesting one today. Last night, about 9:30 p.m., we were resting in bed, just kind of reading and talking and hanging out. And it's not uncommon to hear low-flying helicopters in our neighborhood where we're at. There's a military base nearby, and there's a lot of testing that goes on. So not too uncommon to hear military helicopters flying over at, like, you know, they're at like 1,000 feet or something, but it feels like they're in your living room. Last night, we had some helicopter traffic and whatever, normal, probably the base training stuff. Then at 9:30, we were laying there in bed and we heard a helicopter sound like it descended really fast. Then we heard 2 pop sounds, and then there was a small brownout of our power. And we both said to each other, holy shit. Sounded like they dropped something. I wonder if something fell off their helicopter. And we thought, that's a weird thing. Then we kept hearing helicopters for hours and hours and hours and hours. To the point where we thought, okay, let's go on the flight tracker and see what these helicopters are doing. Because they're just circling our house, so what the fuck? We look on Flight Tracker, and sure enough, I'll put the image on the screen. There was military helicopters circling about a mile from our house and just making this, what looked like, and I commented on last night, looks like a search and rescue pattern. It looks like they're getting smaller, concentric circles that are getting smaller. That would say that they're searching for someone on the ground. And I happen to know this area where the crash happened like the back of my hand. And I thought, Jesus, I have to resist every muscle fiber in my body to not go over there, because that hill climb right there is very rocky, very hard. There's a gate you can't get through. The other side of that hill climb is probably for a car near impossible, unless you're in a crawler or something. So it led to them having a really hard time locating where these people were. Let's hit a trail real quick. And I thought, Jesus, the old T2, the old XR100, is the perfect tool for the job. And it's not my place to go get in the middle of a active crash site being investigated by the U.S. military with Blackhawks. But I had to fight every fiber in my body to convince that I wouldn't be a help. And I, of course, wouldn't be. And cooler heads prevailed, and I didn't go over there. But this morning, I just couldn't wait to go over there. And I waited 2 hours. It's 10. But, like, I literally couldn't wait to go at least try and get close to where this crash of a fucking helicopter happened right by my house. There was a fatality, so rest in peace to that soldier. That's, you know, their families having to deal with that today, and that fucking sucks. That really sucks. And sorry that that happened to them. I'm sorry that we witnessed their, even just the sound of them passing last night really haunted the shit out of us. And it's been a rough week in America. It's been a hard time in America for people to deal with what's happening in both politics and culture war. So to have this happen was, it's right up on that hill. It's right up there. Really is just right up there. My thinking is that they hit these power lines going too low, going too slow. Do they always sag that low? Well, I suppose we're going to go try and get close to it and see what type of military presence or law enforcement presence is still up here, because then I would certainly just turn around and leave. But, I mean, they're not leaving a helicopter crash site up here, but my dream is to find part of the site and find the site. But it is later in my life, I'm sure I'll be allowed in here. But this is just the day after investigation, and yeah, when there's a giant helicopter crash like a mile from your house, and the terrain looks like this, you know, those sheriffs and stuff, they don't drive this road but maybe once in their career. And you're talking about, this is like a first gear pinned hill. So in a Charger or anything like that, there's these tank rut things, and you just wouldn't be able to do it, or you'd have to be skilled. You'd have to be really skilled, honestly. As I stall it out on this hill, and I never stall it out on this hill, but you can see that cars came up this last night. Because that rut wasn't there. And I'm expecting to come around this hill and see people. There's a rock cairn. Somebody was up here today. Nothing thus far, but I can smell the wreckage. Oh yeah, you can definitely smell it. There it is. Well, that's the sign of a helicopter crash right there. Wow. So that's where they wrecked. They didn't hit the power lines, though. I thought they hit these power lines, see how they come through, and if you were in the dark, you might not see that. But they crashed over there. I call that section the deep, dark woods. It looks like it's on fire. I'm going to go up top and try and look down. So yeah, this hill kind of goes up above it, and this section is honestly just like, it would be very hard to traverse in civilian vehicles. But they came up here last night. I could tell. There's the wreck site. So I can go up there. I hesitate to go down there, because I bet you that there's law enforcement on that road right there. I don't see anyone out up here. And there's an active fire right there, which concerns us at our house, which is why I feel like looking up here is not just looky-loo stuff, but it's because we can't find anything about the containment of that fire on the internet. And I can tell you right now that that's maybe smoke from a fire being put out. But I can't tell. Maybe it's an active fire. Maybe we can see some flame up here. Somebody's Talaria. Fuck is this guy? Holy shit. Oh my. Whoa. Those are down power lines. With a Talaria Sting right next to them. Or whatever that is, Saran. Huh. Wonder where that person is. Yeah, this just ends right here. Just the old logging roads that cut off. I wonder where that dude was on the Suron or Talaria or whatever it is. No way would they let you get this close to a helicopter, military helicopter wreck. Is what I was thinking, but there it is. And there ain't nobody here, just somebody's e-bike back in the woods. Only thing I saw. Holy fucking shit. It was in the deep dark woods, and there's all the guys, just like I thought. The law enforcement down there. Wow. Holy shit, so there's the helicopter accident. Can y'all see it? Damn. There's that guy. Is that your e-bike over there? Yeah. I thought so. I didn't think we could come and look at it.
Did you pass a couple?
No, I didn't see a couple.
There was a lady and her husband that I passed, and they said they'd heard somebody that actually could see part of it or something. I don't see.
You're glassing it. You couldn't see it.
Yeah, I mean,
How you doing? Howdy. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
you?
No, I just came right through.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Those U.S. government fellows were not very happy.
Yeah.
Did they say hi to you?
No, they didn't say.
I was like, hello. They're like, nope.
I didn't even say hi to them either. They were talking, and I just snuck through them. And
Oh, I thought this was a bullet hole.
oh god, yeah. You never know out here.
Well, these are U.S. government trucks.
Yeah, that.
Not
guy
an.
we were talking to, he's from Fort Lewis or JBLM.
The guy just now you were walking with?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like an MP or something?
Yeah, you know, kind of their MP military, but it's. I got here. CID. I never watched these NCIS shows or anything.
No, me neither.
That's Navy anyway. The beach.
All right. We picked up Brian here on the RAR. He's got a little electric scooter that he's hanging out with my neighbor. So cool, fun.